questions. And sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I had a lot of stuff that I had to do and work on, and we'll get to that later. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we're starting to stream a little bit later. I was having issues with Ches the Bot, trying to get him... Basically, I stream on OBS, and you have to verify the token for the bot or whatever, for all the notifications and stuff, and kind of forgot his password since I hadn't done it in like half a year at all. So it took a while for me to figure that out and kind of go through some old stuff. So sorry we're a little late. But anyway, welcome on everybody, and today we are going to be continuing our Atlantic All-Stars 2019 Mercy skin from Overwatch, which is a League skin. So yeah, but let's do some show and tell first. I've got lots of stuff to show. I've been working really hard on this cosplay still, and we've got a few things done now. And if you're on my private Instagram, you've seen a lot of this. You've also seen me kind of wearing almost the full costume. So that's kind of cool. I attempted to try on the wig without cutting off the lace, and there's a few funny pictures of me, but yeah. Anyway, let me switch over to that one, and first, I finished my gloves. Happy with them. Just basic gloves. Of course now my hand's gonna be a little swollen, but so yeah, basic glove, boop, punch punch. But it's just stretch fabric, blue and black, and then these pieces are 3D printed in ABS material. We did the wall putty on it, sanded it, then we did a coat of sandable spray paint, and then sanded it again, and then airbrush painted it the blue color, and it's sealed with a clear enamel spray paint, satin clear. And then it's attached to the gloves using Sobo, which I don't have out right now. But I normally will attach my pieces like this with my creepy little baby hands. I have tiny hands, and these are like really creepy, but they're pretty much my same size, so they're a little weird. But I normally use these to attach, but it's a pain. And so instead what I did was, because I have tons of plexiglass left over, I ended up cutting a bit of my... Of course I'm not going to have it here now. It's somewhere here. But the clear sheet stuff, I cut it in a small little shape like that and inserted it inside the gloves so it would fit flat. Applied the Sobo, put it down, and then I ended up getting one of my weighted bags and sat it on top and let dry overnight. I've done hot glue, it's nasty, contact cement glue, meh, and a bunch of other stuff, and the Sobo seems to be the best, but the only problem is you have to let it sit there for a long time to attach, and the glue will sometimes go through the fabric, so by placing the plexiglass on the inside, it'll help prevent it from sticking to the other side, the black fabric. So happy those are done. Whoosh. Put it over there. I'll find the pieces somewhere eventually. And then I also finished, well, I say finished, the earrings. So these are the Mercy earrings that I did. This part's 3D printed. This part was a silver bead that I just painted blue. And this is accurate to how the earrings are, where they're on a chain. But I'm going to change it out, because the issue with this is, you can see here, it constantly rotates. So when it's supposed to sit, let's see if I can even demonstrate it. When it's supposed to sit facing inward like this, it's going to constantly be rotating. Plus, because it's on a chain, it's going to end up getting caught in my hair or in the wig and then just get stuck. And it can get stuck at any point. So what I decided to do is I'm going to replace the chain with basically a silver rod with like a circle on either side. So it'll be one line and it won't rotate back and forth then. Like, it may do a slight turn, but it won't completely go in different directions. It won't get tangled and caught on itself. It won't do that accidentally, and less likely for it to get stuck in my hair. It'll still get stuck in my hair, just less likely. So yeah, these are the earrings. They're from being a jewelry designer and a metalsmith, not having the proper tools and like not wanting to make like an actual expensive earring. These are really cheap. And it's kind of like, they look pretty, they look actually 100% accurate to what the costume is, but for me, because of my background, it's like, oh, don't judge me off of them. So yeah. And then the last part that I finished over the weekend, if you remember our last episode on Twitch on Friday, we were assembling the crown. Well, it is done. All fully painted and put together. We ended up patching a piece onto it that had broke, and it is all fixed, you can't even tell. So here is our crown. And it is a very dark purple, but it almost looks black right now on the screen. And this was all 3D printed, and we assembled it last episode. And then all the magnets. So you've got the magnet there, a magnet here, and then a magnet here, so we can put it on the wig later. Hi Dagmar, welcome on. Thank you. And then our crown, all the 3D printed parts with the plexiglass we cut out last time. And then you can see the clear acrylic rod right here. So yeah. Aw, thanks Simply. So yeah, I'm happy with it. So it just kind of, let's see. Boop. I always forget it's backwards. There. So yeah, it was a little bit of a pain to do this, but I'm happy with how it looks. The colors are a little darker, but then once you put it all together, it's totally accurate, and it just, yeah. It'll need good lighting. If it's in a dark area, it's gonna look even darker and look black. Like you can even see on my shirt right now, it looks almost black compared to my shirt, even though it's the purple. The purpley purple. And I have attempted to do lighting on it. I don't know if we're gonna be doing lighting. I ended up getting a blue light with just like a basic battery and put it behind it, and it just, meh. It doesn't really add anything to the costume. It just looks like there's a random small little light, because it doesn't illuminate the whole thing. I can scruff up the plexiglass and that would help illuminate the light throughout the whole thing, but it just doesn't, I don't know. So, and I tried the fairy lights too, just kind of looking at it. It didn't do what I wanted as well. So I'll still play around with some different lighting stuff, but I don't necessarily think it needs it. It'd be cool to have it lit, but it's not gonna be lit up like the wings just because I couldn't do the specific thing. Hi Adam, welcome on, and thank you again for using your Twitch Prime. Much love, and I swear you're already in the scrolly thing from using your Twitch Prime last stream? So I don't know. But let me write it out. Thank you very much. I know, you just live here. Awesome. Yeah, we'll see if it scrolls through. So, put this to the side. Okay. And my hair is like a giant floof ball. It was pretty nice this morning when I woke up. And I was like, okay, I need to brush my hair. It just made it fluffy. Completely fluffy, and so now I feel like a giant fluff ball. I hate it. So just don't look at it. Okay, thanks. So what today we're going to be doing is we're going to be attaching this piece to the harness or well, not to the harness, but to the fabric part, I guess. And it's gonna be attached with Velcro. So I already have it kind of placed where we're gonna do it, but it's gonna be basically about like there if these are the harness pieces. And we're also going to, I ended up last night cutting the holes for the harness, so this was my template. And it's a 2-scale one of my CAD work. And we're gonna be just refining the edges on that. We'll be using some fray check to help make sure it doesn't fray on us for future. And then we'll be doing placement of Velcro onto the fabric as well as onto the back of here. So, yeah. Okay, let me see. Get my piece real quick. Okay. I'm gonna try not to have it all fall down. Last time I was working on this, everything fell. And it was really annoying. Okay, there we go. What's up? Hi Mel, welcome on. How are you today? Juice. And I'm going to take off the shoulder pads real quick because we don't need them. Good? Glad to hear. Yeah, I'm all like messed up today on like, what day is it? Because it's Tuesday and I'm streaming? I think it's Tuesday anyway. And I don't normally stream on Tuesdays, so I'm a little, Oh, and if you haven't seen, here's the shoulder pads that we finished a long time ago. 50% chance it's Tuesday? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. All right, so this is the back of the costume, the breastplate. Like this is the neck piece and then the breastplate is there. But because the tail is so long, I have it supported right now on my sewing machine because I don't want the leather to dent on me as much as possible. Okay. It's Tuesday for you. Hi, Just Great. Welcome on. Just Great. You're not allowed to say the emotes or anything, by the way. So, saw the Instagram of the outfit looking very nice. Aw, thank you. Incredible work from Scratch Amazing. Aw, thanks. Okay. So, you see here, here's our little holes. This is where the harness, this piece, these little things end up when we unzip it. I'm not gonna fully put it in, but it's gonna go through all of this. So all you see for the harness to hold the wings is just this section. So yeah. Feels more like a Wednesday or Thursday or some, yeah. Hi Newbie Prop Maker, how are you doing today? Well, you hope the new emote isn't a cucumber because you already have one. That would be funny. Wow. But, hi Mike. Yeah, I think if we do a new emote, it would be probably a Chella one. But Ches kind of looks like a bunny today. I ended up giving him a quick shave. He had a mat on his butt, so I had to deal with that. But he's got a he went from his hair being like that long to now it's like that long. And he feels a lot better just because it's really hot here. So it's a lot hotter than my old place. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing is, this was just like my basic cut. It is really, really janky and whatnot. And we're going to clean this up so it's a little nicer of a circle. And we'll do a fray check on there. And then this piece, when it zips up and the harness is in place like that, I'll have a piece of velcro that this will attach to right there. So I can just kind of put it on top of the zipper. How you do that is you don't do a piece of velcro that goes across the zipper, you do velcro on either side of the zipper, and that helps hold it in place. Other options you can do are sewn in magnets, if you wanted to attach magnets onto the back of here, but I really don't like doing that. I'd rather just do velcro, just easy, stick on, peel off. And a lot of times velcro is more secure than magnets. If something's just gonna sit in place, especially when there's something moving right next to it, if it accidentally gets bumped, then the magnets will fall off. And I also don't want magnets near my motors, because, you know, that could be bad. So, 5 million degrees outside, oh yeah. We were, I'm actually glad I didn't stream yesterday. My power, I guess, flickered like 5 times yesterday from the heat. And so I played a lot of DayZ yesterday, honestly. A lot of DayZ. And I constantly had to restart it because the internet kept going out on me and it was awful. Wait, what? Should you get DayZ? If you want to play with me, that's great. You can get DayZ. I mean, you've seen how much I've been playing it lately. I have a base built now, and I have 2 cars. I would have had a Humvee, but the Humvee apparently mod is broken and stupid and doesn't work. So yeah, but my wire is melting. Oh, fair. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, never mind. Okay, sorry, I'm like skipping conversation stuff and like, I don't know. So yeah. And if you're interested in any other stuff, this is all just fabric. It's the light purple is a 4-way stretch, the dark purple is a 2-way, all the black stuff up here is a cowhide leather, all of these pieces are all EVA foam. The funny thing is inside. The breast area is actually Warbler. So it's all hard there, and the stretch fabric kind of can move and all. But yeah, so I got my built-in booby holder. Booch. It's on Humble Bumble for 30. Nice. Okay, so we need scissors. You didn't see that. It didn't hit my feet, luckily, but they're just little baby scissors. I need to sharpen it. Let's move this closer so I can actually see. Awesome. But it must be uncomfortable. I mean, compared to, like, really the only uncomfortable part is so I fixed the harness, by the way. From last time, the harness was this, the top part, and now I changed it to this. And beforehand, this sat on top of my shoulder blades, and it cut into me really bad. So I changed it to a smaller size. It sits under the shoulder, or under the collarbones, does not cut out or cut me. So now the only spot that kind of hurts is the corners right here, because that sits right underneath the boobies, and it helps lift a little bit, but it also kind of goes in a little bit. So I'm probably gonna sand these down just a little bit more, and I'd like to add some foam. And I've sanded all of the edges so they're all round to help. Is the harness more comfortable? I mean, it's a harness, so. The wings are actually really comfortable, surprisingly. Like, if I have them directly to my sides, I don't feel them at all. It's probably about the same comfort level as Pink Mercy for the most part, so that's good. There's a little bit of tweaking I'm gonna do, some of the placements on, like I'm probably gonna take this off and make it just a tiny bit longer, and then I'm gonna change out these clips. I don't like them. They're not as strong as these types, the backpack kind of clipping. Yeah, none of the outfits are like comfortable. So, but I'd say for this harness, it's probably the most weirdest out of all of them I've made, just because the design, it's just like open skin above the breast area, and then she's got a collar. Technically, how I have it designed is this piece right here. There's like a little strap right here that holds the top to the bottom. But in general, it wouldn't be doing it. It would just float. And so, like, you couldn't do backpack straps. You would see the straps. So that's why this one has like a random design of having a center strap here and then here. And this is so that way this one would hide under that black line, and then you don't have any of this else being shown. And then just that underneath here. So it's, ideally you would not want to make a harness like this. You'd want to do like the backpack method where it comes forward, it clips down here, have another clip here to help support, maybe one here too. And that would be the most secure. But because of it having so much open skin on the top, we had to go with this method. So, yeah. You go there. Okay. Oh, if you do get, I was gonna say 7 days to die. If you do get Daisy, just great. Let me know. The specific server that I am on, it's a PvE, except for certain like areas of like military bases and airport and stuff like that. But there's a bunch of mods you have to download. So I'll have to send you whatever that is, or I don't know. Yeah. Words are hard today. They don't design these Mercy skins based on realism. I mean, they actually do a lot of it. It's just, you know, they don't design proportionally at all, as we discussed. It's like awkward with this right here. That's a little better. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of clean up our edge. What I'd really love to do is, so my black lining that I have on all the edges, I would love to run around there, but I can't sew this anymore because of all of the details stuff I have on it, the Warbler, and it's more likely for me to do damage to the piece if I was to sew the details. So unfortunately, we are not going to be doing that. And I did attempt to make the leggings this weekend, which was an utter fail. Like, awful, awful, awful. So, we're gonna be attempting to do a different method, because that was really, really bad. It did not work whatsoever. Like, ideally, if you were to make this, or like if I was to make this cosplay again, I'd want to cut these holes before I attached all the details, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do that because the harness, I have to figure out where it sits on my back. Also, the whole thing I had to have kind of together to kind of see how much the fabric stretched. So it's not a fail if you learn from it. That Daisy Humble Bumble actually looks Hey, up to y'all. I'm having a lot of fun on it. And like, I've kind of been halfway on Discord playing it, but I've been playing it a lot. I have now officially, I looked at my log of how many hours I've played on it already for owning it for, I don't know, not very long. And I've already got, I think, almost 30 hours in playing the game. So I've pretty much almost got it for, I mean, if y'all are buying it for 30, that's $1 per hour. So I've already basically covered my costs. But if y'all join, we have to update the base. Or get other bases or something. Yeah, the one I'm on is kind of like my learning one because I'm trying to figured out how to build walls. That was a pain. How to do a four dial combo lock on the gates as well, and all this other crafting stuff, and it was just a little lag. Hi Pam, welcome on. I've been great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? I think it's been a couple of weeks since I saw, you came on. Lots of things to craft. Apparently there is. So you can grow also, in the specific server that I have, you can grow pot. So if y'all are interested in that, you can do that in DayZ too. Okay, I think we pretty much, there's a tiny little bit here. Okay. You've been doing okay. You guess work is a bit slow now? Slow for you, or you mean slow for me? Yeah, we've actually, I've got a lot of people on Patreon now. And for some reason, my number on Patreon is not accurate. So, but a lot more interest in it, with people wanting to be a part of the private Instagram or get support or just give support. A lot of people doing it for the early access blueprints that I have on there, specifically for this cosplay. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback. And people coming from YouTube, surprisingly. Like, I was kind of considering stop putting my stuff on YouTube because I was tired of just when I put stuff up there, I have to explain every single thing when I already explained it on other places, and it's like, just kind of got tired of it. But like in the last few days, I got tons of people saying, I discovered you on YouTube and I love your work and all of this and made me want to join. And it's like, maybe I'll actually continue to do YouTube and post things on there now. So that was really good feedback for me, personally. Gotta get the medical herbs, yeah. You did a lot of improvements on Patreon? Yeah! Yeah, and if y'all ever have any, like, ideas or anything on Patreon too, let me know. Or if there's something, like, pricing-wise, I changed my prices around. I think they're a lot more affordable and better in reasoning. Yeah. And I had totally lost what I was saying. Ah. But it's still a learning thing for me. Ideally, I'd want to post or like do more stuff with it, but I want to start off with what I have, figure out, because I've technically never shipped anything on Patreon, but I have this month people signed up for those tiers now, and so I can actually kind of test it with them and like figure out like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do, like, because typically when I get an order on my website, I'll ship it like the next day or the day after, where on Patreon it's like, okay, I have to wait till the end of the month, and then they get like this whole package of stickers and Polaroids and fan signs and prints and stuff. So it's gonna be a little bit different for me, and I definitely need to, like, when it comes to the end of the month, I have to kind of set aside, this is the designated time for Patreon for making sure everybody's orders are correct, or not orders, but like their tiers, and they get their little packages. But I'm really excited. You're becoming cosplay famous. You're getting too many fans all. That's a good thing though, because it means I can continue to do what I love. I'm actually like making a profit now. You think that will go a long way to help the business? What part, Mo? Sorry. And I was considering doing, for the future, maybe Patreon exclusive prints. But I haven't quite, like, I want to go like a month or two kind of figuring this out. Patreon? Okay. Well, which part? Or like just the whole thing, you mean? Yeah, this one's an Overwatch character. It is the newest Mercy skin. It is the 2019 Atlantic All-Stars Mercy skin. And it is the League skin for this year. The Atlantic versus Pacific. Just improving in general? Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay, I think it's still right here. Normally I wouldn't be as nitpicky with the tiny little edges, but because we're not going to be covering them, I want to try to get them as close to round as possible, and then we're going to put freight check on them. Okay. Making it more appealing to sign up. Good. That's what I want to hear. Like, I've only lost a few people, and I know that it's gonna come and go depending on people, like, financially, and I'm totally fine with that. But I've had some people sign up specifically for the Instagram tier, and I give them, like, I send them a personal message on, if you want to join the private Instagram, like, here, I need to get your actual, like, Instagram name that you want to be approved, so I can approve it, because I get a ton of people that ask, but because it's a Patreon exclusive one, I don't want to approve people that didn't, like, pay for it. It's supposed to be just for that. And so I've had some people where they don't message me. Oh, Deanna, thank you for the new follow. Much love. And then they, like, 2 months later unfollowed, and that's fine too, but I just feel bad because it's like I want to have you join because you signed up for the tier, but you never messaged me your name, and I don't know who you are. So, yeah. Okay. And exactly when I said that, I got a message. So that's funny. You're sure people sign up for different reasons? Oh yeah. I just want to make sure, like, if you do sign up, like, you do get what you want. So, but I can't help you if you don't tell me your name or anything, and I've got, like, 20 notifications of like people that have requested for that like each day. It's like, I don't know who you are on this list, I'm sorry. Okay, I want a piece of paper real quick. Where are you? I need you, you're my voter registration. Sorry for the noise, getting paper out. Bloop. Okay. You still play video games, or is it cosplay stuff now? I have not done a video game stream in probably 2 months. I would love to do gaming streams again. We just haven't had time. But because I did move, so I'm at a new place. Pay up in case you didn't know. So new address, new everything. And so just finally settling in and moving and then working on this cosplay and just a bunch of other behind the scenes stuff on setting up. So I haven't had time to do a specific gaming stream because all of my streams have just been for this cosplay. But ideally we'll get back into it, though we've been having, the fact that I'm only doing cosplay streams right now has really seemed to increase my views. And I know I'm not really on here for like views or anything, I just enjoy streaming. But I don't want to, I'm only hesitant on going back to my gaming streams once a week just so I don't want people to be like, oh, I love her for this, and then like, oh, but she does this too, and never mind. So I don't know, but I'll definitely go back into it. She's required to stream this. Yeah, I'm required to stream this one. You talked about it last time. Congrats for moving. You hope it was a smooth transition. Oh yeah, well, for the most part. Actually, today is the very last day I'm doing stuff with my old place. I'm heading back to my old apartment, and I have to pick up my old dining room table, and I'm taking it somewhere to hopefully sell it, and if not, it is going to Goodwill. And then I'm handing in my keys as well to the apartment complex. So it will officially be done today with everything. Technically, I still have the place until the 11th, but it's nice to have that, like, done. Oh, and if you're wondering what I'm applying, it's a fray check, and this is basically to help prevent fabric from doing, like, the pantyhose rip and falling apart. So, and you can get that at, like, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, all of those places. Any place that has any kind of fabric, like, small fabric section, has it. Most likely Walmart has this as well. So, yeah. Wow. Fluff, fluff. Okay, we've got all of that, so let's go ahead and do free check on the other side now. And the holes are actually smaller than the harness pieces that go into them, but because it is a 2-way and a 4-way stretch fabric, I can easily move it in and out and still have it where it does like a tight fit around the piece. My hair looks good. Aw, thank you. It's a giant fluff ball, but thank you. So yeah. There we go. You're talking. Oh, talking about. Okay, awesome. I thought so. I mean, it's been a while, you know. So I forget that y'all have this your bromance and everything. One thing with free check though is a lot of times it will still dry clear, but it dries clear with a slighter darker tint. So you do want to be aware of how much you put on. It'll slowly go and drip down certain spots. It can also leave a slight discoloration on certain areas. And it does leave a slightly more hard edge that can be scratchy if it touches the skin directly. So I wouldn't recommend using this on an inner seam. I've done it before, but it's end of the day after wearing a cosplay all day. You've got marks all over you and it's scratchy and itchy. So I'd recommend instead, if you need something like that for an inner seam, I actually use this EcoFlow leather weld, and it dries clear and soft. So you still see a little bit of it, but it's like a soft edge that bends, and it says for leather, you buy it at leather places or online, and but it works great for fabric. Just in certain cases, freight check is better for certain things, where certain cases leather weld is better as well. So, okay, so we're gonna wait just a tiny bit for these to dry, and then afterwards, this piece actually goes like that. We're going to attach our Velcro to the back side of it. So we'll kind of need to see where it sits exactly. So yeah. Let's see, what else have I been working on? A lot of painting. I don't think the harness was actually painted last time I showed y'all. And then been having help building a vacuum form machine. So yeah. Hoping to get, like, I got the material. It is PETG, which is interesting because it's the same material that I use for 3D printing my transparent pieces, but it's a flat sheet. They're 2 feet by 1 feet, and so you're supposed to basically make a wooden box that's solid. You have a hole, like a vacuum hole that you can put the vacuum tube in to suck. And then on the top plate, you drill a bunch of holes into it, like 200, and you'll put your piece on top. And this is actually one of them. So you put your piece on top, and it would suction to the table. And then the material that you get, you have like a little metal frame that you kind of screw together so it holds it in place. You have to heat it up, which I'm going to attempt to do it in my oven. I know a lot of people will use a toaster oven, but they're not large enough, so I'm gonna try my oven before having to build like a kiln basically. And then from that, you would get the sheet after it's hot and walk it to the piece while it's being vacuumed, and you slowly put it down, and then it goes whoop and vacuumed it down, and then you have the piece. So yeah. I'm too damn productive. All you've done is laundry. Oh yeah, and I did laundry. No, but it's not folded, and it's been sitting in a laundry basket for like 3 days. Just use a deep fryer. Yeah. So how I've got it set up is I have 2 of these printed out, just because the only downfall with making a box exactly 2 feet by 1 feet is you can't do them smaller because it fits exactly on top of that, and so you have like 1 sheet per try. So I ended up buying 10 sheets, and it was a little expensive. It's like, I think it was like 6 something or 9 something per sheet, just because I have 5 different pieces that I have to do, and what's the off chance that I've never used this machine and it doesn't work the first time? And then if any of the pieces have like a really bad wrinkle, or if I find out, oh, the shape actually doesn't work, I have to rechange it. So, and if it does work, I'm going to be using it for the future on other cosplays or packing stuff. So pretty sure I'll still end up using all of the pieces. But yeah. And this one I still have to sand. I did, the other one's on the ground, but I'm afraid with all of these edges, they're really sharp, especially like right there. And I want to file all of the edges down, make them kind of rounded, but not completely rounded. just in case, because the material is, I think it's 0.04 inches thick. I don't want to have it pierce through because the material is stretching around, and so I'm afraid if there's any really sharp areas that it'll just cut it. So, but yeah, the options for material, and I got them on Amazon Prime too, it was either 0.04 or I had to go up to like, I think 0.1, and that was way too thick. And the ones in between were either like 30 bucks a sheet, which I'm not gonna spend 30 bucks a sheet on that, or they didn't have Amazon Prime and they were coming from like China, which meant I might not have it for like a month or two, and I don't want to deal with that again. That would be a nightmare. Cause what if it doesn't come in time and blah 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 blah. You know, typical stuff like that. So. Okay, pretty dry. So we'll take this out now. And we will zip it back up. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so this piece, I think I'm actually gonna put the harness in it, so that way I can kind of figure where I want this to be exactly. It doesn't fully sit up to the neck collar. It kind of sits in between almost, and I kind of have rough marks, so I have a general idea of where to put it. So it'll be probably around there. But let's put the harness in first, so I have a full accurate spot of where it goes. And I just moved it, of course. And it's not, it looks a little bit more kind of less stretched, but when it goes on my back, it should stretch a little more. And if you've kind of noticed all of these elements and stuff, like I'd have a harness on, this whole piece. This is the whole reason why we did the Velcro at the crotch. So I don't have to take the whole cosplay off to go to the bathroom. So yeah. Will free check be strong enough to handle any tugging? Yeah, it'll be good. I mean, it's not, the material's not like stretched to the limit at all. It's only a little bit, so, and I wore this a lot yesterday, and I took it on and off about like 5 or 6 times, and I had no issues from just doing that, so I'm not too concerned. And if anything does start to fray a little bit more, I can always go back and add more, or kind of do, if it has even more issues, I'll end up putting the leather weld on it. Okay, so here is our harness. Let's see. It's roughly supposed to be about there. I want to have something sitting under here, but I guess we can't. I'll just hold it for now. I guess that works. I don't know. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover the back of this piece. With like just a strip solid. And then I can just kind of place this wherever I have the Velcro. So let's move this to the side a little bit. feel like all your clothes should have Velcro, not for the crotch, but for everything. Want short sleeves? Check. Need to change clothes quickly? Check. I think those are a lot of times the like, what are they? The strip club stuff where you just like rip it off kind of thing. Are you changing jobs, Mel? Alright, let us get our Velcro. I thought it was over here. Maybe it's not. Here it is. Okay. Have you not heard back from the people? I thought you had like just reapplied. They sent you, or wanted you to apply to it? To go clothes shopping at the strip club. I don't know, but I assume it would be cheaper maybe? Because you're not having to really sew anything, it's just Velcroed together. Okay, so here's our little Velcro stuff. Let's see what we have already cut. Not too much. You've heard back, but no interview yet. Okay. Well, no news is sometimes better than... Wait. No news is better than news of no. If that makes sense. Words. Okay. Boo boo boo. It's like, I kind of just want to trace the shape here and then just go bloop for that. We may just do that. Let's do that. We'll just use this paper. What did you permit? Oh, strip club? Good thing our stream is not PG. No, it moved on me. Close enough. No news is better than bad news. Thank you. You made it actually make sense. You get the golden star of what is Tiffany trying to say today? Scared me while I was cutting. Paris, thank you for the new follow. Much love. There we go. Okay. Then we are going to do, so typically how I attach Velcro onto fabric is I always have the spiky spot, or the little pointy spots, attached to my body. And then the fabric spot I have attached to the piece that's attaching to me. The reason being is so if I had the scratchy stuff on the part that's attaching to me, it sometimes will even go through, if it's not perfectly aligned, to the fabric and end up scratching you, or it will pull at the fabric a little bit more because it doesn't necessarily need to attach to the Velcro. It can just attach to your fabric and then slowly become fuzzy. Last time it was 6 hours of interviews and these guys, with the guys, and so probably another 3 to 6. Maybe they'll be like, well, we already interviewed him, so we don't need to do it again. But I guess it's a different department? Yeah. Okay, so we are doing, for this one, great insight. Yay! So we are doing this one with this one. And I'm gonna just trace it with a Sharpie real quick. Okay, we're not going to trace it with the Sharpie there. We're going to turn it to the back. Same department, same guys. Okay. Well, maybe you don't have to interview them. Okay, something like that. We'll adjust it when we attach it. Take it off of the black so you can see a little better. And if you cut Velcro with scissors, you will have to clean your scissors up. So be aware. The stickiness is just a wee bit bad for them. See. Okay. Hi Deb, welcome on. How am I doing? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about yourself? We're just cleaning up scissors right now. Okay. Cool, cool. And let me look up something really quick. It's going just another day at the office. Aw. Okay. Okay, so. That'll do pretty well. So it technically sits like that. Normally you'd want it to go to like closer to the edge, but in this case I think it'll be fine. So what I need to do is we're now going to apply contact cement glue to the back of this piece and to the back of the Velcro. Hiring into, it's an electronics job, but they're looking for people you had no experience when you got hired on or if you're interested. Well, that's nice. Yeah, y'all are pretty close to each other, I think. If I remember right. You were really hoping for the strip cut would work out. No. I mean, we did visit it a lot when we were playing 7 Days to Die. Okay. Oh, that's a new one. Cool. 6 hours at, oh gosh. Mel, you're gonna need a timeout soon. Okay, so, and the Velcro, it does have an adhesiveness onto it, but in general, it's crap and does not work, so don't use it. Timeouts, Mel. Okay, here we go. Now we wait for it to dry just a wee little bit. And it's like, then I can go, check. Well played. Ah. Cheers, cheers. The Witcher series on Netflix that's coming out. Oh yeah, I've seen the trailer. It looked really good. I had to though, because I've only played Witcher 3. I haven't played Witcher 1 or 2, but it did, parts of it, if I didn't know it was Witcher, I wouldn't have known. I think Geralt, they got spot on. They got, I think Yennefer, pretty close. Triss, at least the trailer I saw, I couldn't tell. So, I don't know. That's not wine? Oh, yeah. We'll get wine in a bit. Don't worry, Neb. Don't worry. Oh my, it's almost 3. I forget. We started like an hour later. You think it's based on the book? Okay. Yeah, it looks really good. It almost looks like Game of Thrones in a way. Like the whole, like I know the wolf and everything, but just how they kind of had it, it was like, oh, that's Stark. That's Stark. So, yeah. Just looking out for your sanity. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got, so actually I have to borrow a truck. So I'm going with a friend back to the other place. But, I don't have to drive. So that's good. I can drink instead. But I'll end up hitting rush hour traffic and... I had to wait till they're off of work, and that's gonna be You think Yennefer had some issues before she got her witch powers? Yeah, I really need to bring back my Witcher cosplays. And, like... I need to read... Like, Yennefer, I think I can probably do another photo shoot in her. Because I don't have any prints available of her. But... I may have to redo her pants. They're a little, I used a material that basically was really fluffy, and it's been worn at a lot of cons, and my sister wore it as well, and the material, basically if you like lean with your elbow on anything, you have like a patch that slowly goes and then there's no material. So the bum, there's definitely like bum marks now, where the seams of the crotch, just because they were sewn together and just rubbing, like, all the fabric running back and forth, so you have, like, a line on the inside, and it's, Oh, I know. I have a head start. Oh, yeah, I mean, I have a Geralt, a Ciri, a Yennefer, and a Triss. So, Triss I technically had started on a long time ago, but stopped. So, you know, it may just be that I bring them all back and I just cosplay all of them. I know a Ciri, I did buy a new wig that I, like, a year ago. I never finished styling. No, didn't do that one. Miss Fairfair. Okay. I think we're good. Maybe? That was the first cosplay I did when I came back into cosplaying. That series. Yeah, and if you're new and you're interested in what those look like, those cosplays, they're on my website. That's like the only place I have them. Or if you really dig deep on my Instagram. Okay, so there's our piece. Woot. All right, and our next one, there. Okay, you go there. I gotta be careful sliding it too much around. Okay, so this is gonna be attached right in here. I'm gonna do fine Sharpie lines. Am I going to PAX South? Your buddies you are talking about it at the moment. Most likely. I haven't bought my tickets yet, but I love PAX South. It's like my favorite convention. And if I do, I will most likely be bringing this. You got your tickets? Oh. Okay, I should buy those. I don't know. Well, for me, I know, but I'm about to spend a lot of money on other stuff, and it's, yeah, Adam, you already know, so. Peer pressure, thanks guys, thanks. No, I'll most likely, you know nothing, of course, you know nothing. I will probably be going, but for me, PAX South, I'm gonna have to get a hotel. I love being right across from the convention and being able to just get drunk and walk at night trying to do the, what was it, the, find all of the little scavenger hunt things? Except I won't be as crazy this year and like I didn't think I did 4 costumes this last PAX South. We're not doing that. Okay, there. Tiff, have a good one. You're gonna get going. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, Pay Up. Have a good rest of your day. Solid. Hope to see you there if you go. Oh, nice. Yeah. I'll be the one in costume being, like, not able to move. Except when I'm in disguise. Last year I didn't do it, but I want to for sure this year where I have one day I'm not in costume and I can just, like, be anonymous and walk through and buy stuff, because that's where I get all of my like shirts and things. Okay. There. Actually, I can use my little paper now. Crap, wait, which way did I do it? Did I? Oh, I did. Wow. Okay, so for this, ideally what I need to do, because I already have this, is we need to take off a little bit on each side. So let's do this. We're just gonna make a mark. about there. Roughly. Okay. So there's that. We'll do our cut. Okay, so we need 2 pieces of this now. Of the pointy stuff. I need my heat gun to heat this up and bend it. It's kind of curling. I have so many little hairs on me. Yeah, if people are already asking me also if I'm going to San Japan this year and trying to do photo shoots, like sign-ups, and it's like, I'm not going unless I'm invited as a guest. And I typically don't sign up for photo shoots. For me, when going to conventions, unless it's somebody that I'm friends with or like I've worked with them in the past, I typically don't sign up for other photo shoots with photographers, just because I have my own photographer, and also because I don't want to have a schedule. Like, for me getting in costume, sometimes it takes a little bit longer than planned, or a little less, and I don't know, a lot of times, like, for PAX South when I go, when I was in my Valkyrie Mercy, it took me an hour to walk, like, 10 steps because I kept getting stopped constantly and having pictures and stuff, and same with a lot of my other costumes. Did I just cut it the same way? I did. Darn it. I didn't flip it. So a lot of times I just don't schedule, and if anybody asks, I say, if you see me at the convention, you can stop me and we can do a shoot then, but I don't want to have a set, I have to be here at this specific time kind of thing. And most people have been understanding, most photographers, because I also don't want them to work around my time. It means there's lots of interest, yeah. Which is why I typically like to do the one day at a convention where I'm not in costume. When I'm going as, like, on my own and not as a guest. If I'm a guest, then of course I will be there and we stop for everything and all of that stuff. But when it's just me wanting to have fun at a convention with my friends and get drunk, it's different. Okay, now did I do it the right way? Awesome, okay. Always reverse your velcro. Alright, so for these pieces, they're actually a teensy bit different. We will be hammering for them. And I'll probably have to mute my mic because it's gonna be a little bit loud. But I do need to mark exactly where it's gonna sit with a Sharpie. I think I had it kind of marked already. Okay, so they're in there. Wait. It's hammer Yeah. Okay, I think we are good with that. Cool. Alright, so the next step is to take this apart. This off. There. And I'm gonna go get some wine, so I will be back momentarily. Thanks again for watching and all the new follows, and if you are new here, welcome, and don't forget, press that follow button. Much love. 2 seconds. Cheers, everybody! And welcome back! We got some wine. My desk is so messy right now. And the drinking begins. Yup, yup. Okay. I just want to scream up. Pull this up again. Cool. It's kind of roughly around there. Ish. Of course it comes off. Boga, 800K, thank you for the new follow. Much love. You're the proud new owner of Daisy. Awesome. Awesome. Well, maybe we can play tonight then. Yeah, I'll try to once I'm done streaming. I will try and send you the info on the server. You did. Yeah, it's like, how many times have you talked to me while I was playing Daisy? Now just great in the last few days. Okay, so now I can kind of place it more evenly where I want it. "25 minutes till you're off work." Okay. Well, I do have to go to my old apartment though, so I probably won't be able to like play until tonight. But I can at least give you all the info. You do have some graphic works to do today too? Okay. Ooh, are you doing more lamb work? The little lamb emotes. There we go. Okay, so this is, it's not actually being attached with just this. We're gonna end up doing holes in it and sewing it down. But that's just to get a basic, using the adhesive where it is on the fabric, kind of hold it in place. And then also, I wanna make sure the zipper still works. Good. I'm gonna move this one over just a wee bit more. Okay. Yeah, more on that project, not any more cute emotes for it. Aw. Okay, so let me get the stuff. Okay. So what we're going to be using is a diamond hole chisel set. Basically, these are leatherworking tools, but they're great for punching holes in leather. I mean, of course in leather. And punching holes in Velcro. I would not recommend using a sewing machine to sew on Velcro because it has the adhesive underneath it. You can kind of do it for really, really thin, like 1 pound Velcro, but when you get to like 5 pound and 10 pound Velcro, it definitely do not use a sewing machine because the adhesive, once it goes through all of that, it gunks up your needle and it doesn't work anymore. And so yeah, I recommend using this. And then what we also will need is a wooden block and a hammer. And then also, I typically use leather thread to sew on my Velcro. And this is just a leather waxed black thread and a needle. And that way it is super strong. The thread won't break. And because you're going to be pulling off something from fabric, you don't want it to pull the pull the Velcro off as well. I will be selling any blueprints for the skirt once the competition is over. So I actually have those available on Patreon for early access right now. I have the front skirt and the breastplate as one blueprint, and then the whole back skirt and the sides of the skirt as the second blueprint. And those, if you're interested, you can do the blueprint tier or any higher ones to get those for this month. And that's patreon.com/Tiffany Gordon Cosplay. So that's where you can get it. Otherwise, it will not be available on my website until after I'm done with the costume. But on my website, the staff, the wings, and the gun for the skin are available currently. But the skirt is not. Okay. I gotta set up just a teensy bit. And I'll have more blueprints coming for her as well. Okay, I gotta hammer at the edge of a leg, which will be roughly about there. Almost got caught watching Twitch at work. Gotta go. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, well, thanks for watching, Nevin. Don't get caught. Bye. Okay, so let's flip the whole thing around. So I need to make room. My desk is such a mess. Okay, that. So now we're gonna flip the whole thing. Okay, good there. Okay, so with these tools, they're a bunch of different sizes and different hole amounts. So basically this is everything that's included. They do, when you use them, they do come out being diamond holes and not circle ones. So you have this piece, and then we'll have all the different heads to choose from. Let's see, which one do I want to use? And they gunk up them too, so if you use them in leather, you'll have to clean off all of the Velcro adhesive. Let's see. I guess we will use this one. There's it all together. And basically you want to have something, whatever you're going to hammer through, a wooden block underneath it to not go through your table. And then you'll also need an actual hammer to hit it. If you're hammering on a table, you need to do it on a leg of a table. So right here is the leg piece. So we'll be using the edge of that, or you can go, if you have a floor, use it on the floor with a, preferably like a marble slab or a granite slab. The wood block has been abused. A little bit. I need another one. But the problem is, like, I always love using the really small one because you can put it up sleeves. So if you have to do a piece, like holes inside a sleeve, you can put it in the sleeve. Otherwise, they don't work. Okay, unfortunately, I have to mute the stream right now because it's gonna be stupid loud. And it echoes, and the camera's probably gonna go in and out of focus, this one right here, just because it's on the table that I'm hammering and it's probably going to move. So it'll probably take maybe like 5 minutes, maybe less, we'll see. But cheers and thank you everybody for watching. So enjoy this momentary silence, sorry. Put on some music in the background. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, we're back. Still new here. Do you mute the auto when you hammer? Oh yeah, I just muted it. We typically don't hammer too much on the stream, but for that specific piece, because I know my roommate yesterday when he was playing video games with his headphones on and I was hammering on the second floor, he was saying, "What the hell is going on?" Because apparently it echoes everywhere really badly. I didn't watch to see if it was shaking or not. I assume it was. But yeah, it's pretty loud considering you're doing metal onto a wooden table. So, but that's all the holes we have to do. And if you saw some of them, I had to kind of look to make sure that the holes went all the way through the velcro. And then in certain areas, we were going through, part of the zipper material. No worries, just checking if it was just the stream or not. Oh yeah, that's okay. I don't know, my battery is running out. Says I'm good though for now. Okay, so let me put this stuff up and then we will start sewing those together. So put that to the side. I'm going to flip the whole piece again. And there's like wood shavings all on the inside. How are you doing today, Disincarnated Foot? Doing great. Just resolved an issue with our imagining process for Windows 10 PCs. Oh, nice. Well, glad you were able to solve it. IT, yeah. Well, cheers. And cheers to everybody, too. Okay. So again, I'm using the leather thread to sew the Velcro on. And I want my knot not to be near the zipper, just because at the end of a knot, you'll have the two little extra pieces, and I don't want it to anywhere be near the zipper teeth, just in case it might get stuck. It makes sewing Velcro so much easier when you punch the holes. For the most part. It still gets a little gooey on the needle. And if you are new to the stream, we are currently working on our 2019 Atlantic All-Stars Mercy skin from Overwatch. didn't go through this part. There we go. So anybody have any, anything exciting happening this week? I've got maybe some cool people that might play DayZ with me, maybe? We'll see. And I'm finalizing handing back my keys to my old place today, which is exciting that that's gonna be done. I gotta check the mailbox there. I did my change of address and everything, but I gotta make sure there's nothing still there from previous. Is this going to be for a specific con? It is! It is! Good question. Getting a new PC next month might be able to run that. Nice! Yeah, ideally, so I'm still trying to figure out everything with it for me on my PC. But ideally, I would love to stream DayZ and get back into doing my gaming streams like I did beforehand on Fridays. So. You have pest control guys coming over tomorrow. Not sure if that's exciting though. It's exciting that you won't have critters crawling around, I guess. Okay, so we went all the way around, but what I like to do with Velcro is I go around a second time. So if you see right now, the Velcro stitching, it goes in and out, so we're gonna just make it so it's all through. Which con? I can't say right now. Sorry. Next stream, I should be able to announce it. Aha. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, sorry, Collins. Yeah, I'd say for me, so if you're on the private Instagram, you've seen the pictures of me in the full thing with the, well, part of the wig. And I think this is, like, the wig to me, I actually look good in it. Most wigs, I think I look silly and doesn't look good on me at all, and you can tell it's a wig, but this one, I actually think I look really good in it. I think the whole costume, I love the colors of it, and this may be my favorite Mercy. Like, I'm pretty sure it's my favorite Mercy. And it may be, we'll have to see at the very end, but it may be my favorite costume to date. But we'll see once I have everything done. I still do plan on making the staff as well. It's the most colorful Mercy, yeah. I really love color. And airbrush painting this whole entire thing, specifically the skirt, was one of the most fun pieces that I have made. And like, it made me really miss painting. And it's surprising because I actually don't wear that much color when it comes to like me dressing every day. But yeah. Needs a finished product or see finished product before you rate it. Yeah, that's why I say, like, I wait on that. Because there's a couple of them that I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing, and then when it all comes together, it's like, huh. It's still really good. I still really like it, but I don't know, something's off about it. So yeah. Okay, so we finished around, so you can see now we have the stitching all the way around. I will probably end up cutting off a little bit of the Velcro at the very tips and just making them round. You didn't think Fallout Girl would be as good as it came out? Oh yeah, that one was a surprise. It turned out really great. Unfortunately, I can never wear it again. That one will be on my list of probably remake. At least the helmet and all of the props and everything are still great. It's just the clothing, because the fabric, the red stained it. The white apparently stains really bad. Anything that touches it, it just ruins it. So there's giant red streaks on it that don't look good at all. So yeah, can't wear that again. It really makes me mad. Need more pictures. Oh yeah, that one I only did one photo shoot of. And that one's on like my top favorite ones too. So okay, so we're gonna do the other one, which is on this side. So we need to cut more of the leather thread. I'd say one that disappointed me was my Monster Hunter World one, the Xeno'jiiva. I love all of the components individually. Each piece is great. When you put it all together, I think it's honestly the headpiece to me that it's accurate and it looks like the character, but to me, I just see construction paper, and because only the ponytail glows and not the top part as well, I guess I see failure on that the whole time, just in my eyes, and it really disappoints me. I still want to do photo shoots with it without the headpiece. I think it's a great costume still. I think all of the components are great. I think just doing it where it's more like my character in Monster Hunter, so more of a different, like you see my face and not just like the mask and everything. I think that would make it a lot better. Yeah, you thought the same thing? Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate. But there are... So, I said I wouldn't probably do another Monster Hunter cosplay. But there's one that I'm considering. It's just not released in-game yet. And if it is released in-game, we will be playing Monster Hunter World again, if that's the case, to get the skin. So... people who played with me on that, you may want to re-download. You thought that one would look more amazing. It's good, but not on par with the others. Yeah. I need to do another cool costume. What do you mean by that, Mel? The costumes I'm drawn to are like characters that I love in game and all, but I do have a habit of choosing some that are so overly gaudy in detail that up close it looks amazing, but then when I actually bring it to life, when it's all together, it does kind of look a little muddy then. Because there's so much going on, you don't actually see it, and it just kind of disappears. Well, you have cute, pretty, and cool. This is how you rate them. Ariel is cool. Okay. Give me an example of, like, cute and pretty, then. Pink Mercy was cute, okay. Fallout Girl was pretty. Okay, that doesn't help me. So are all of the Mercies in the cute category then? And if you're interested in any of the past cosplays that I've made, you can check them out on my website at www.tiffanygordоncosplay.com. And I have tons of behind the scenes of everything that I've made there. Hi, Final Cosplay Corpse! I know. No, you think they're all different? Okay, well then tell me the difference on them. I'm trying to figure out your rating. This one is looking like it'll be pretty. I guess I don't fully understand the pretty concept of like it then, like cute versus pretty for them. I don't know. Okay, better question. Is there any other cosplays that are cool in your category? Probably not or good to understand your thinking. You don't even understand. Okay. You feel that there's one that are coolish, but it's the costume that really sticks out that are cool. You're no help, Belle. Okay, I'll stop trying to figure out your language of cosplay ratings then. I am interested if anybody has any feedback on any of my other cosplays. I do appreciate the feedback, whether it's good or bad. I know a lot of times I'll get negative feedbacks or something on some of my cosplays, and like even if they're really rude or inappropriate, I do think about it, and I kind of determine for myself, for the most part, like, are they just being a troll or are they speaking the truth? And I've actually had some where, like specifically Tyrael from Diablo 3 Heroes of the Storm, when I made that, the first pair of wings, I had a lot of people that loved them, and I had some honest but kind of trolly kind of comments, and one was like, the costume looks great, the wings look like you're wearing toilet paper and shit like that. And it was very hard for me to hear that. But honestly, it was probably one of the greatest comments that I had on it, because I knew something was up with the costume. I knew something was not quite right, and I didn't know what it was and how to fix it. And when I had that comment, even though it was kind of like insulting on this looks like toilet paper, like the wings, it made me redesign the wings, and I absolutely love them now. You feel like most trolls aren't, or most people aren't trolls when making a request. Constructive feedback is really hard to do. Yeah. Wait. Well, Ariel was just cool looking costume, but since you couldn't see you, it was cool, not pretty or cute. Okay. Okay. Hi, Furfur. What you doing? You admire me talking to viewers and me still sewing? Oh, this is easy to do. Compared to everything else I do when I stream sewing, like, this is so easy. I just typically don't sew on stream because I figure it's really boring for viewers. Hey, come back here. You come to inspect things on the ground and then you walk away? You turd. She wants water. She comes and looks at me, licks her lips, and then walks away. It's because she's trying to take me to the bathroom so I can give her water from the faucet. You'd get hurt. I've done it for a long time. I mean, I've done costumes where I only hand sewed the whole thing and I'll just sit in front of TV and I'll just watch and sew at the same time. Didn't you say you were considering another Diablo? I am. So originally I was discussing if I would make this costume that we're doing now, the Atlantic All-Stars Mercy from Overwatch, or if I would do Malthael from Diablo 3. Heroes of the Storm, blah, blah, blah. With wings. That's the one thing I haven't seen. I have not seen anybody do the wings. She's like running around again. But all of mine, Ariel and Tyrael, they both have wings as well. So I'd want to do the same thing. But it, what are you doing? She just ran behind the door. Wings do seem to be your weakness. Also, hi. Aw, yeah. Hi, Cosplay Meg. Welcome on. What are you doing? Let me go get the crazy cat real quick. What? Huh? What are you doing? She's just like running around in circles everywhere. You want to say hi to everyone? No? Okay. Here, calm down. Cool your horses. But yeah, I did a poll on what people wanted me to do, this Mercy skin or Malthael, and it was a lot of people wanted this one. I also looked at my time frame for trying to get into TwitchCon, and for this one, it was basically I'd already made a bunch of Mercies, and so with making moving wings and everything, it was kind of like take everything I learned from all the costumes and put it together. And I kind of already had the formula of how to make this. Where Malthael, yes, I've made Ariel and Tyrael wings, but these would be completely different. Scale-wise, they'd be different. For if I was going to travel with it, it would be a lot more difficult. And there was a lot of unknowns with doing that one, and it was a lot more of a risk. So taking the feedback of everybody for voting, that's how we kind of came to doing this one. So yeah. Okay. Okay, next step. So we just finished sewing all of this. So our Velcro is attached. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to apply the leather weld glue, this one, to the knots. And that's going to help hold our thread together where we just sewed. And just like I was saying, this leather weld glue versus fray check, for all knots, use leather weld, even if it's sewing. The reason being, it dries clear and soft, and you can touch it and move it around, and it's magic. So, but it does kind of come out of the bottle a little fast. So you have to be a little careful not to overuse it. And it takes a little bit longer to dry as well. But you can see when it's dry because it's no longer as harsh of a white. Okay, there we go. Bloop. So those pieces are done. And then this one, once they're dry, all we'd have to do is when we zip it up, we would just, with the Velcro on this side, attach it. And that would be like one of the last steps to putting on the costume. So yeah. And let me check one more thing real quick. Thanks again for watching, guys. Okay, sorry, I had to look up one thing real quick. We got back. Okay, cheers. Well, it is 3:45, and I kind of don't want to start anything else. We did the main things where the holes for the harness we cut out. Or well, we had them cut, but we made them a lot nicer. And then we also did fray check around all the edges so it wouldn't come apart. And then we attached the Velcro to the diamonds, and then we just sewed it on. So a little bit shorter of a stream than we normally do, but we still got a lot of good progress done, a lot of small little details that honestly probably nobody will really notice except for me. So yeah, I don't know if I will stream tomorrow or Thursday. We will just see on kind of where I am with my cosplays. But thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, thank you to the Maltese Falcon for the resub, Mr. Adams. It is greatly appreciated, as well as thank you to everybody for the new follows. If you are new, press the follow button. It's greatly appreciated. It helps grow the stream. And also welcome. My name is Tiffany from Tiffany Gordon Cosplay. We are also doing new tiers on Patreon, so check that out. We've got a private Instagram there that you can join with all the behind the scenes of this cosplay. I'm really not posting any behind the scenes on social media except for the private Instagram now. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out there. I also do exclusive, I do blueprints on Patreon as well that are early access to the cosplay I'm making. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till I'm done with the cosplay to have access to those. Early access to how I make things like this costume. So step-by-steps and just all in general, a bunch of stuff on there. You can follow me on any of my social medias. They're all at Tiffany Gordon Cosplay. That's for obviously Twitch, Patreon, Instagram, which is my main account, Facebook, YouTube, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, that is at Tiffany Cosplay. As well as check out my website right down there, www.tiffanygordoncosplay.com. And yeah, I will see y'all next stream. So much love, guys, and have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Bye.